looks like a new guitar you've got. What do you got there?
It's a new old guitar. New to me. This is a 1940 Martin F1. And if you remember when Chet first went to work at WNOX in 1942, he was hired as a fiddle player, and he was still playing his old Silvertone guitar. And then shortly thereafter was when Lowell Blanchard made him his new staff guitar player. And he needed a better guitar than the Silvertone, and he borrowed his brother Lowell's Martin.
Mm.
He played it, in 40, I guess late 42, 43, and on into 44 a little while, and you'd see I guess that famous picture of Chet holding his Martin, taken at the radio station. Well, I've always had this little dream, of recreating or trying to come as close to some of his early sound for those early 40 days. And the way you do that, or the way you attempt it, is to find a guitar first, like the one he was playing. And therein was a problem in that, according to the Martin records, there were only 91 of these guitars ever made.
Mm.
And I think they discontinued them in 42, because of the war, and after the war they never did make any more. And later on in the 60s, 70s, there's some luthiers got the bright idea to convert these Archtops, like the F1, F2, F3, C1s, into flat tops, and they did away with the Archtop and made them into a flat top, like a D18 or something would be. And so that disposed of many more of them, just by converting them. And there's very few of these actual carved Archtop Martins left, out of the 91. And I don't know if anybody ever even knows, how many there actually are, but, if you start with 91, and that was 80 years ago,
Yeah.
and a lot of them was converted to flat tops, and there can't be a whole lot of them out there because you just don't see them that much. Now you see some of the earlier ones, the more common ones, like an R18, and that was a 3. They had this part and this part here was joined on the F-hole, because a lot of those were press top guitars. They weren't actually carved tops. Those are a little bit more easier to find, but they're a smaller guitar, different sound.
Yeah.
So that wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I waited and waited and waited years, and finally one of them turned up here about a month or so ago, and I was able to make a little deal, and here it is. And there's not much known about that early era of Chet's playing because he never recorded with it. And there's maybe one or two acetates that were made at the radio station in that time. And the only thing that we do have in the way of provenance other than a still photograph is the Tony Cincioli film that was made in late 43 or early 44 outside a schoolhouse up in Kentucky. And there's about a minute of film of Chet playing Lowell's Martin. Unfortunately, that film is silent. There's no sound on it, so we don't even know what it sounded like. We can just, had to guess. So that's been kind of a dream of mine, is to try to retrace Chet's early steps and recreate as best I can some of his early sound, or what he might have sounded like in that early 40s era. And as luck would have it, I have one of these. Thanks to one of my guitar friends over in Europe was kind enough to point me in the direction of a Vib-Rola, which, Chet had put on his, or Lowell's Martin at a point in time. So I got my work cut out for me now, and so this will be the project, I guess, for the winter, is adapting this Vib-Rola onto this Martin to attempt to recreate some of Chet's earliest sounds that we don't really know that much about.